Polish Air Force MiG-29 fighter jets were scrambled on Friday to intercept and shadow a Russian Il-20M electronic intelligence aircraft flying close to NATO-controlled airspace over the Baltic Sea, Poland's Ministry of National Defense confirmed. The interception, which occurred near the borders of Lithuania and the Baltic coast, is the latest in a series of tense encounters between NATO and Russian forces amid growing military activity in the region. According to official reports, Polish radar systems detected an unidentified aircraft approaching from the direction of Russia's Kaliningrad enclave, a heavily fortified region housing advanced missile systems, air defense assets, and a large contingent of Russian troops. The aircraft, later identified as a Russian Il-20M Kut-A, reportedly flew without a pre-filed flight plan, failed to respond to civilian air traffic control, and kept its transponder switched off, actions considered potentially hazardous under international aviation safety rules. In response, Polish Quick Reaction Alert (QRA) units stationed at Malbork Air Base were ordered into action. Within minutes, 2 MiG-29 fighters took off to intercept the unidentified aircraft. After visual identification confirmed the presence of the Russian Il-20M, the Polish pilots shadowed the plane along its route, ensuring it did not cross into Polish or NATO airspace. The encounter lasted nearly an hour before the Russian aircraft turned back toward Kaliningrad. The Il-20M is a Soviet-era surveillance and reconnaissance platform designed to gather electronic and signal intelligence, ELINT and SIGINT. It is equipped with advanced radar, optical sensors, and antennas capable of intercepting and analyzing military communications. Military analysts believe that the Il-20M's flights near NATO borders are intended to monitor radar emissions, track air defense systems, and evaluate the alliance's response times. A statement from Poland's defense ministry emphasized that the mission was handled with professionalism and restraint. Polish Air Force pilots executed standard NATO interception procedures. The operation was conducted in accordance with international aviation law, ensuring flight safety and territorial security, the statement read. The ministry further reassured that the Russian aircraft remained in international airspace throughout the incident, though its actions were irresponsible and provocative. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization has intensified air policing missions in the Baltic region since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. NATO allies, including Poland, Germany, Spain, and Italy, routinely rotate their air forces through Baltic states such as Lithuania and Estonia to safeguard the alliance's eastern flank. These missions are designed to deter potential aggression and ensure that NATO airspace remains secure. In recent months, NATO air forces have reported an uptick in Russian military flights near the Baltic Sea, often involving fighter jets, bombers, and surveillance planes operating without transponders. Defense observers note that such activity has become part of Moscow's broader pattern of strategic signaling and intelligence collection. These reconnaissance flights are not random, said Polish defense analyst Tomasz Luczak. They're calculated moves meant to test NATO's readiness, gather data, and send a political message of persistence and presence. The interception comes amid rising concerns over regional security, particularly as Russia expands its military presence in Kaliningrad and continues to conduct large-scale exercises near NATO borders. The Baltic Sea region has emerged as one of the most volatile areas in Europe, with increased air and naval encounters heightening the risk of miscalculation. While Moscow has not officially commented on the latest interception, past Russian statements have claimed that such flights are routine and conducted in strict accordance with international airspace regulations. However, NATO officials maintain that the Russian practice of flying without communication or transponders poses serious risks to civilian air traffic in the region. Following the successful completion of the mission, the Polish MiG-29 pilots returned safely to their base. The Ministry of Defense reiterated Poland's commitment to defending its airspace and maintaining vigilance in cooperation with NATO partners. Every time an unidentified aircraft approaches our borders, we act decisively and responsibly, the statement concluded. Our readiness is constant, and our resolve is firm. This latest episode highlights the ongoing shadow play over the Baltic skies, a tense reminder of the enduring standoff between NATO and Russia, where every radar ping and flight path carries geopolitical weight.